Okay, hello everyone. Good morning for those who join us from the Netherlands and good afternoon for those who join us from Indonesia. Welcome to our session today. Our topic today is Transforming Urban Foodscapes, Community-Based Transformation of Urban Foodscape via the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact. So as you can see here, there are these three pictures and they are from Indonesia, West Java, West Java, and this is exact from Buruan Sai Sawargi from Bandung. So before we go to our main event, I would like to mention about um, this picture because this is very related to our topic today. So achieving SDGs number 2, zero hunger, and number 12, sustainable consumption and production are central global goals. So achieving these goals are challenging, especially when it involves densely populated urban agglomerations such as in Indonesia and in the Netherlands. So the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact is an international agreement among cities from all over the world committed to develop sustainable food systems that are inclusive, resilient, safe, and diverse, that provide healthy and affordable food to all people in a human right-based framework that minimize waste and conserve biodiversity while adapting to and mitigating the impacts of climate change. So our session today showcases foodscape transformation achieved in Bandung Metropolitan Area in West Java, Indonesia, which is one of the largest urban agglomeration in Southeast Asia and one of the most committed cities in transforming urban food systems via the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact. This session also um, provide a platform for exchanging experiences and sharing inspiration from Bandung Metropolitan Area as role model for creating opportunities for scaling up food space transition in both Indonesia and the Netherlands. So in our session today, we have three transformation leaders joining us. First, we have Mr. Filippo Gavezzani, Head of the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact Secretariat and Knowledge Sharing Programs. Second, we have Pak Insinyur Gingging Ginanjar, Head of Agency for Food Security and Agricultural Affairs of the Government of Bandung, and also founder of Buruan Sai. Last but not least, we have Pak Dr. Iwan Setiawan, Associate Professor from Department of Agriculture Socioeconomics, Universitas Pajajaran. Acting as the moderator, we have Dr. Rico Ihleb from Wageningen University, Dr. Dadan Wardana from Agency for Regional Planning and Research, Bandung Regency, and I myself, Clara Kanti from Universitas Pajajaran. In our session today, we have several agendas, including video playing about Buruan Sai. Buruan Sai is one of Bandung's innovative transformation for urban foodscape. We will also have interactive polling to gather your opinion about our topic today. So be ready for this, prepare your phones. And then we will also continue with the presentation from our presenters, the key messages, Q&A interactive sessions, and also closing. So without further ado, we will play the video of Buruan Sai. Thank you to Pak Ginggin and staff for making the video, and special credits to Laboratory of Creative Media and Information Technology, Department of Agriculture, Socioeconomics, Unpad for the translation into English. Enjoy the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampurasun, tangan tertusuk kena duri, nasi disimpan dalam hamparan. Izinkan saya memperkenalkan diri, nama saya Ginggin Ginanjar, Kepala Dinas Ketahanan Pangan dan Pertanian Kota Bandung. Dengan tingkat ketergantungan pangan yang tinggi dari luar mengakibatkan Kota Bandung rawan akan ketersediaan pangan. Yang kedua, gejolak inflasi. Dan yang ketiga, menjamin mutu dan kualitas pangan yang masuk ke Kota Bandung. Ada sebuah terobosan yaitu Buruan Sai. Nah, konsep urban farming terintegrasi ini kita lakukan dengan memberdayakan masyarakat, lingkungan, komunitas, memanfaatkan potensi lahan yang ada, berbagai jenis pangan. Ada sayuran, tanaman obat, buah-buahan, ikan, bahkan untuk memenuhi kebutuhan protein, ternak ayam, telurnya juga bisa dikonsumsi. Kemudian bagaimana memanfaatkan sampah dapur, sampah organik, sampah rumah tangga diolah menjadi kompos atau magot yang hasilnya dimanfaatkan kembali untuk urban farming. Kita menghasilkan 15 penghargaan tingkat lokal, nasional, bahkan penghargaan tingkat dunia. Apresiasi Milan Urban Food Policy Pact, dan buruan saya dinyatakan sebagai salah satu inovasi membangun ketahanan pangan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampurasun, tangan tertusuk kena duri, nasi disimpan dalam hamparan. Izinkan saya memperkenalkan diri, nama saya Gin Ginanjar, Kepala Dinas Ketahanan Pangan dan Pertanian Kota Bandung. Dengan tingkat ketergantungan pangan yang tinggi dari luar mengakibatkan Kota Bandung rawan akan ketersediaan pangan. Yang kedua, gejolak inflasi. Dan yang ketiga, menjamin mutu dan kualitas pangan yang masuk ke Kota Bandung. Ada sebuah terobosan, yaitu buruan saya. Nah, konsep urban farming terintegrasi ini kita lakukan dengan memberdayakan masyarakat, lingkungan, komunitas, memanfaatkan potensi lahan yang ada, berbagai jenis pangan. Ada sayuran, tanaman obat, buah-buahan, ikan, bahkan untuk memenuhi kebutuhan protein, ternak ayam, telurnya juga bisa dikonsumsi. Kemudian bagaimana memanfaatkan sampah dapur, sampah organik, sampah rumah tangga diolah menjadi kompos atau magot yang hasilnya dimanfaatkan kembali untuk urban farming. Kita menghasilkan 15 penghargaan tingkat lokal, nasional, bahkan penghargaan tingkat dunia. Apresiasi Milan Urban Food Policy Pact, dan buruan saya dinyatakan sebagai salah satu inovasi membangun ketahanan pangan dengan berbasis masyarakat. Bahkan sekarang menjadi percontohan bagi kota-kota dunia lainnya. Ini salah satu contoh bagaimana kita mensiasati ketersediaan lahan, salah satunya ikan dalam ember. Ada juga sayuran yang tanam sekaligus. Kemudian ada ember bekas disusun ke atas seperti tower, ini sebagai media tanam, berfungsi untuk penampungan sampah dapur, sampah organik. Yang tadi kita mengintegrasikan berbagai program, juga bagaimana kita mengkolaborasikan semua pentahelik terlibat. Buruan saya saat ini berkembang pesat dan diminati warga Kota Bandung. Dari awal hanya 6 berkembang menjadi 425 kelompok yang tersebar di seluruh Kota Bandung. Menjadikan buruan saya melumbuh pangan, mengurangi pengeluaran rumah tangga. Buruan saya juga dapat membantu kelompok rentan stunting, kurang gizi, berkebutuhan khusus, jadi support makanan sehat, edu wisata, tempat riset penelitian, ada pendapatan baru bagi keluarga. Ini akan meningkatkan ekonomi masyarakat. Buruan saya sebuah model budaya masyarakat perkotaan. Kita akan memperkuat buruan saya ini menjadi sebuah bisnis yang menarik. Menyiapkan pangan haruslah gigih. Semua pihak mesti ikut serta. Cukup sekian dan terima kasih. Semoga sehat dan bahagia. Jabat Wali Kota Bandung mengucapkan selamat kepada ASN berprestasi nasional di Kota Bandung.
Okay, thank you everyone. That's the video as an overview for our topic today. So just a friendly reminder. So if you have already have a questions, feel free to put it in the chat, and we can go back to your questions later on in our interactive Q&A session. So before we go to our main event, which is the presenter's presentation, I would like to all the participants to scan this QR code. So we would like to have your opinion about how far do you know, or like how far do you know, or do you have any experience related to the community-based transformation of urban foodscapes? So please feel free to scan this QR code, and also we can also put the link to this Mentimeter in the chat as well. So please feel free to do so. And I have a poll on it, and we will have 2 to 3 minutes window for your response. Thank you. So while waiting for the result, please feel free to put your questions if you already have one in the chat parts, and then we can go back to your questions when we have the interactive Q&A session. Okay. All right. It's almost 2 minutes. Yes. Okay. I will share the results. One second. So currently, yes, this is the result so far. So almost like half of the participants mentioned that they have a little bit of knowledge or experience about community-based transformation of urban foodscapes. So yeah, hopefully with this session, we can have more experience or knowledge related to this. Thank you. So, and then next. Okay. Now we will have our main agenda. So we will have our main agenda, which is the presentation from our transformational speakers. And the first presenter will be Dr. Iwan Setiawan from Universitas Pajajaran. He will give an overview about the urban farming or foodscapes in Indonesia in general. And then after that, we will have Filippo, and last but not least, we will have Pak Gingging. So Pak Dr. Iwan Setiawan, please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to the moderator for the opportunity. Fellow speaker, Mr. Filippo, Mr. Gingin, and just present whom I respect in this interesting discussion forum. I'm Iwan Setiawan, agricultural sociologist from the Faculty of Agriculture, Pajajaran University. We'll present the result of research and review of urban farming in Indonesia and detail of urban farming society 5.0 era. Next. Okay, next. Skip. Okay. The opening story, of course, is not related to the success of failure of urban farming in achieving its goal, but rather to the sustainability of the process. The point is how institutionalization and internalization are carried out in a balanced and mutually reinforcing manner. Next. Okay. Ontologically, the ideality and spirit of urban farming are dynamic, born from a mitigation orientation and then developed into a green city. However, its paradigm is very qualitative and fluid at the edge of sociality. From the environmental movement of the creative minority version, community food security, ecological responsibility of corporation, increasing nutrition from government, and multifunctional borrowing of the pentahelix agreement we called ABCGM. Next. In real term, the pressure and food risk of urban community in Indonesia continue to increase, whether from population explosion, volcanic eruption, earthquake, environmental damage, or extreme climate change. Next. Therefore, based on urban farming is offered to build urban food resiliency and mitigation. While land-based urban agriculture has a long history, it was formally institutionalized in new courtyard and building around the early 2000s. In contrast, floating urban farming has yet to be institutionalized in Indonesia. Despite its potential in the eastern water city region of the Indonesian country. Please, next. I have conducted urban farming research personally and collaboratively from 1998 to 1999 in Jakarta City and 2004 to 2033 in West Java City. Qualitative studies were also conducted in Banjarmasin City, especially at floating farm, South Kalimantan, and then Pontianak City, West Kalimantan, especially urban farming of aloe vera and arowana peas, oriented toward inclusive business. And then we study in-depth study in Banda Aceh, Makassar, Sulawesi, and Tarakan, North Kalimantan, especially lowland vegetable. Next. Please. Slide 6. Okay. Integrated urban farming, vertical and horizontal, is managed by the community, the organized or protected and managed by the military institution and corporation. The traditional dominant is managed by household, and the high technology is managed by business actor, partner, and government. While urban farming managed by youth is more dominantly non-food, oriented toward hobbies, collection, and aesthetic. Still slide 6 here. Urban farming has expanded over the last 20 years, but it still has several operational weaknesses. These include on-farm bias, standardized commodities, reliance on aid, focus on dominant crop with a limited emphasis on fisheries and livestock. Bias toward high-tech solution, minimal participation and alternative, and biodiverse growing method. Lack of market orientation, and underdeveloped branding program. The advanced urban farming policy applies to the district government. Interestingly, urban farming is implemented in office across district, sub-district, and village. While not necessarily wrong, this approach reduces the budget for traditional agricultural development. This is due to the lack of a specific urban farming policy in Indonesia, as all regional regulation refer law number 80 of 2012 concerning food. Please, slide 7, number 7. Urban farming is prevalent in yard, riverbank, rooftops, and roads, as well as through vertical farming, hydroponic, and aquaponic. However, plant factory aim at increasing productivity and supplying suburban and rural area is not widely accessible. The urban farming type is typically homogeneous and land-based, and has not been designed to adapt the ecosystem of Indonesian cities as a whole. However, since most of the city is surrounded by water, there is potential for developing a floating farm type. Slide number 9. Okay. In reality, urban farming serves not only for food security, but also becomes multifunctional when integrated with the green city, eco-business, and eco-factory paradigm. To ensure food supply resiliency and stability, urban farming must be carefully planned to address the dynamic of food supply and demand in urban area. The type of food to be grown in urban farming must effectively bridge the gap in supply or food import from rural area, such as growing candy pepper in the dry season and shallots in the rainy season, and substituting vulnerable imported commodities. Additionally, urban farming by design can help mitigation food inflation in urban area. From a socio-economic perspective, urban farming by design will also not negatively impact the supply and stability of food price in rural area. Please, slide number. Number 12. The evolution of urban farming, sorry. Okay. The evolution of urban farming should not only expand horizontally, but also focus on vertical integration investment. Investment in food waste and food loss processing, investment in agro-industry and urban food distribution center, and food investment in rural area. Next. The landscape of urban farming is continually evolving from its idealistic route toward sustainability. Several crucial aspects must be taken into consideration, including the type of city, space and soil characteristic, participant and stakeholder, impact on the surrounding area, and the role of institutional collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I can say. I hope it's useful. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Pak Iwan. Yes, thank you, Pak Iwan. So I'm sorry because the time is very limited, and the presentation looks very nice. And thank you for your presentation. And for the next presenter, we have Mr. Filippo Gavazzani and from the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact. So please feel free to start your presentation, Filippo. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Good morning, everyone. Selamat sore, Bapak dan Ibu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's my pleasure to present the transformation of urban foodscapes through the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact. I will share my screen. So I think you can... or otherwise, maybe in the interest of time, it's better if you can do it for me then, as it's already there. So let me start by introducing the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact very quickly. It's a global commitment of mayor that was launched by the mayor of Milan in 2015 during the Expo. And it's a very practical network that together mayors that are committed to improving their urban food system through 37 recommended actions that are clustered in the 6 categories that you can see in the slide. So the idea is to give an holistic approach towards the food system, and then each city, depending on the political priority and local context, can decide on which of these recommended action wants to focus on. So we move from governance, or the adoption of food strategy, for example, as the city of Bandung is doing right now, sustainable diets and nutrition, so the implementation of school canteens, and this is a political priority of the new president of Indonesia, as you know. Then social and economic equity, for example, so guarantee food access, food production. Well, we have been discussed until now how important is food production. Then food supply and distribution, so the management of markets and wholesale market and food waste prevention. So the membership, in the next slide, you will see the membership of the activities of the Milan Pact Secretariat. We have the aim to support signatory cities from all over the world that wants to improve the urban food system through field visit, organizing field visit, regional events, training, summer school, capacity building activities, and all the very wide variety of activities that can support our cities. In the next slide, you will see the membership of our city. So we have 290 mayors that signed the pact to date. And in the next slide, you will see some of our activities. The main one, I'm going very quick in the interest of time, so I know that there is a little bit of delay. One of the main activity that we are organizing is the Milan Pact Awards, which is the most important way in which we can collect knowledge from our cities, but also learning needs. So to date, we have collected more than 600 practices from all over the world, and there are many also from the Netherlands and from Indonesia. In the next slide, you can download through this QR code the Milan Pact Awards report of 2022 with the awarded practices of the last edition. And you will have also interesting trends, regional trends about learning needs and the development of urban food policies in all regions. Stay tuned for signatory city here and also cities that want to become member of the pact, because on the next year in 2025 we will open another call to apply for the Milan Pact Awards, and the cities that will win the prize will be awarded at the next Global Forum in 2025. So I talk about the Global Forum. Another important activity that we do is create connection among cities and mayors and international organization through the organization of this Global Forum, which is a very important momentum to work together towards our joint objectives. So the last Global Forum took place in Rio de Janeiro in 2022. And we just opened, last week, we opened a call for the next hosting city of the Milan Pact Global Forum that will take place next October during the World Food Day, and we will celebrate together the 10 years of the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact. We are also organizing regional forum, and we had the first Asia Pacific Regional Forum taking place during the G20 in 2022, hosted by the city of Bandung and Parahyangan Catholic University, and the main issue was urban agriculture. And we will host the next regional forum on school meals that will be hosted by the city of Bangkok next December. So all signatory cities are invited. Every year we also celebrate the regional forum from Europe, and also all signatory cities from the Netherlands are always there. And we also celebrated 3 years ago in Almere, during the Floriade exposition, the one regional forum for Europe of the Milan Pact. So in this slide, you can see the 15 Indonesian cities that today signed the pact. And let me say that it's the country is one of the most active countries among the Milan Pact. So it's a very committed group of cities that are working together under many issues. So we can see it maybe in the next slide. This I already mentioned about this, so we can skip it. This was about the regional forum in in Bandung. So we are working through capacity building activities to support cities in ASEAN region and also in Indonesia, of course, through a partnership that we have developed with ASEAN, and in particular with the ASEAN health sector. So we are working with ASEAN to support cities on agriculture, and in this last period this year on the creation of or improvement of school meals. You can see in the next slide very important training that we have been conducted in July that took place in Bandung, who is serving in the steering committee of the Milan Pact. So it's the leading city for Asia Pacific, together with the city of Seoul. We conducted this spreading experiences and knowledge on school meals program in ASEAN cities with the aim of provide knowledge and skills to ASEAN cities to start or improve school meals program. And this program has been funded by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and was in the framework of the cooperation with ASEAN. So as I mentioned at the beginning, this is very important for Indonesian cities because they will have to start very soon a program on free school meals, as this is key priority of the new elected president. So moving ahead, just to show you some of the activities that Indonesian cities shared with us at the last edition of the Milan Pact Awards. You can see Bandung, Semarang, Sukabumi, Surakarta, dan Pekanbaru that share different practices, and you can see a wide variety of practices. So we move from food waste prevention to social and economic equity to food supply and distribution, but also governance, and of course, last but not least, food production with the program Buruan Sae that was awarded in Rio de Janeiro, but I'm sure that Pa Gingin will tell you more about it in a while. So moving ahead, we have also 4 cities that from the Netherlands that signed the pact that are Almere, Ede, Amsterdam, and Groningen. And as I mentioned, Almere in the next slide, I think you can see it in the 2 years ago hosted the regional forum for Euro, which was quite an important moment to also to advocate towards the European Commission the needs for the development of urban food policies in Europe. Going to the next slide. I would like also to mention Food Trades project, which is an Horizon 2020 project that is led by the city of Milan, and which is involved both Wageningen University Research and also the city of Groningen. This project is about to finish next month with a final event in Brussels, but it's a very important one, and it linked very tight the city of Groningen with the Milan Pact community, because they develop some pilot projects within food trails. This is in the next slide. You will see also the Milan Pact award submission from Ede and also from Amsterdam. Ede also won a special mention in 2017 with a practice on governance, a promising shift in food economy. Okay, so let me, I think, close my presentation by tell you how to sign the pact, which is very easy. Sign the pact it doesn't apply any membership fees, but what is needed is a letter of commitment by the mayors. Once you sign the pact, you can join this thrilling community of like-minded cities that are committed to work towards improving the food system. So if you want to know more, I will be happy to reply. Thank you for your attention. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya.
it's interesting to see that there are a lot of cities that's already in the Pact. But let's continue to our next presenter, which is Bapak Insinyur Gingin Ginanjar, and he will talk about the Buruan Sai, one of where Pak Gingin is one of the founders. So Pak Gingin, please feel free to present your presentation today. Thank you.
Iya, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Filippo, my friend. It is an honor for me to welcome to you to today presentation as part of the Week of Indonesia Netherlands Education and Research. I am thrilled to have this opportunity to share insight on the topic of great importance and relevant to both our nation, accomplishment and obstacle of Bandung, Buruan Sai, and the vision for food system sustainability in Bandung. The presentation explore the achievement and obstacle of this initiative, and which align with Bandung's vision for resilient and sustainable food system. The discussion will also reflect on lesson learned on how Buruan Sai Farmer Group participation in policy development is a necessary condition for the success of the policy. I encourage active engagement and sharing of truth to inspire similar initiative in other regions, aiming to drive meaningful progress toward a more sustainable future. Next slide, please. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, the previous. Okay, yeah. Bandung is, as you know, the capital city of West Java province in Indonesia. Is one of the largest city in Indonesia. Bandung has approximately a population of 2.5 million people in the night, but in the day, almost 4 million people. The density is 151 people per hectare. The city is known for its cultural heritage and vibrant urban life. Bandung has historically been 96% dependent on food import to meet the demand of its growing population. This reliance on external food sources pose challenges to food security, especially in times of supply chain disruption. Bandung's heavy reliance on import food expose the city to vulnerabilities such as supply chain disruption, quality control issues, and inflation. Disruption can impact food availability, leading to public health issues. To address these issues, Bandung has introduced Buruan Sai, a local food production program aimed at improving urban agriculture and reducing dependency on import staples. Next slide, please. The Buruan Sai program was initiated to address Bandung food supply dependency. This community-based initiative focused on promoting local food production through urban agriculture. The program encouraged residents to cultivate vegetable, fruit, and other crops within the city, utilizing available space such as a backyard and community gardens. Buruan, a term in the Sundanese language, refer to a yard or home garden and can be abbreviated as SAE, which translates to sehat, healthy, alami, natural, and economies, respectively. The first integrated urban farming policy aimed to provide sufficient food for family household by utilizing unproductive yard. Buruan saya offer various food options, reduce food spending, manage organic waste, and process high economic value product. This system combines agriculture, livestock, fisheries, medical plant, and also waste utilization. Next. Next, please. Okay. Yeah. This is the picture. The Buruan Saya program in Bandung City aimed to improve food security and sustainability by utilizing abundant land, integrating traditional and modern bioproduction system, reducing household waste, and empowering women and youth. This initiative contribute to a resilient, self-sufficient, and environmentally sustainable city, reducing malnutrition, improving local food supply, and fostering supply independence. And next slide. Yeah, city government maintain Buruan Saya by mobilizing representative, providing a training, distributing a seed, fish, and chicks, and facilitating flexible public land use. Buruan Saya integrate strategic program with various stakeholders involving business sector, civil society, academia, and media through pentaheli collaboration, distributing plant seed, raising public awareness, and policy research. And next. Next slide. Okay. Yeah. Buruan Saya program in Bandung has significantly increased urban food production, improved food security, and fostering community engagement through workshop and training session. It has also promoted sustainable farming practice such as organic farming and waste composting, which reduce the city's dependence on external food sources and improve urban green space. This initiative has also enhanced public health. Buruan Saya is a solution for handling organic waste becoming compost, maggot, etc., utilizing abundant land, adding a family income, and reducing household costs. From 475 farmer group start from only 6 pilot project in the initial phase, have adopted this model, generating approximately 1,470 1,721 in 0.06 in income, and that's the dollar, US dollar, and also 1.1 dollar in expenditure only for the period January to July 2024 respectively. Next slide, please. Yeah, okay. Yeah, buruan saya in Bandung face challenges due to limited resources, infrastructure, land use conflict, technical and knowledge gaps, and economic constraint, limited access to quality soil, seed, and gardening tool, conflict with other urban department, and lack of technical knowledge are significant obstacles. Despite training effort, ongoing education and support are needed to ensure the success of urban agriculture. The buruan saya in Bandung City face another challenges in its practice, including coordination issues, regulatory and legal barrier, limited resources, and urban constraint. Solutions include a strengthening multi-stakeholder partnership, developing clear policy, and investing in capacity building program. The program aims to address urban food security through community-driven urban farming initiative, demonstrating a promising approach to sustainable food procurement, developing clear guideline and standard, as well as investing in training and capacity building program can help streamline process and ensure sustainability. Next slide. Yeah. The Bandung Food System Sustainability Vision aim to expand urban agriculture, integrated it into local policies, strengthen food distribution network, promote research and innovation, encourage community participation, and adapt to climate change. These include increasing community garden, rooftop farm, and reducing reliance on import food. Buruan saya farmer group participation in policy development is becoming a necessary condition for the success of the policy. The vision also emphasizes the importance of integrating urban agriculture into urban planning, and goal is to enhance productivity, reduce reliance on import food, and improve food security for buruan saya farmer group farming inside. Yeah, that's all my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Gingin, for the presentation. So it's very nice to see the buruan saya, for example. So next we have Rico, Dr. Rico would like to mention about the key messages.
Yes, so we would like to thank our three transformation leaders for these very inspiring presentations on their views on the transformation of urban foodscapes. And we asked them beforehand, how would they summarize their key messages? And let me read out their key messages before we have the second moment of gathering your views and your opinions. So Filippo Gavazzeni from MUFPP basically is stressing that cities are key entry points to shape food policies that tackle global challenges by addressing citizens' needs. Pact Ginanjar is emphasizing that farm community-based urban food hubs are an alternative way of family resilience to improve accessibility to healthy and safe food and boost household incomes. And Professor Setiawan is emphasizing that the positive feedback from future urban farming is not only the use of agricultural technologies aimed at food security for urban communities, but it should also be aimed at the regeneration of farmers and the restoration of ecosystems in suburban and rural areas. And with that, I hand over to Sarah in order to again collect your opinions. And feel free to put us any questions you might have on those key messages or on the presentations which you saw in the chat, so that we can have then an extended interaction during our interactive panel. Sarah, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So after hearing all those the speaker points, we would also like to know your opinions related to our topic today, the transformation of urbanscapes. So please feel free to scan and or click the link in the comments for another interactive sessions where you can put only one words, like single words for the Mentimeter poll regarding what you think the most important thing to achieve the community-based transformation of urban foodscapes. Thank you. And after this, I will present the results. And while waiting, please feel free to also put your comments, questions in the comment or chat, in the chat as well. Yes, we're still waiting for your response or your input related to what is the most important thing that you think to achieve the community-based transformation of urban foodscapes. With just one single word. Okay, thank you for all who already participate in the Mentimeter poll. We still have another 30 seconds. Okay, I will share the result that we have so far. I hope you can see there. Yep. So far we have participation, encouragement, collaboration, innovation. So most like 3 of those. So mention about innovation. So yeah, that's what we have so far. And the next, I think we can move to the next agenda, which is our interactive Q&A session. And thank you for thank you for we have all the speaker here, and we also already have some questions, and this Q&A session will be moderated by all of us, because probably there will be in Bahasa and in English as well. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat, and we will discuss in our session now. Okay, so we have from Marlin. Okay, Marlin mentioned about we study avian influenza prevention from One Health perspective. How can urban foodscapes help to provide alternative to small poultry farmers? Probably this can be answered by any of the presenters. You can feel free to answer. Probably from Pak Ginggin first, as you also mentioned in the presentation that you have a lot of activities related, like very multi-dimensional activities related to this. Please, Pak Ginggin.
Ya, Sarah, nanti bisa minta di translate kan. Bu Sarah?
Yes, Pak.
Iya. Nanti mohon di translate ya.
Mangga, ya.
Iya.
Baik.
Iya, jadi khusus untuk Kota Bandung yang memang tidak memiliki lahan yang cukup luas, salah satu pendekatan yang kita lakukan bagaimana poultry itu kita bangun diintegrasikan dengan pangan lainnya. Konsepnya urban farming terintegrasi, sehingga tidak hanya poultry saja. Yang kedua, bagaimana karena permasalahan yang utama itu penduduk yang padat, kerapatan rumah yang tinggi, sehingga beberapa memang mengeluh gitu, akan adanya peternakan di lingkungannya. Nah, bagaimana kita menciptakan peternakan yang ramah terhadap lingkungan, tidak mengandung bau polusi, salah satunya tadi dengan menggunakan pakan dari mangrove. Dan yang ketiga, kita mengintroduksikan bahwa kepentingan peternakan rumah tangga untuk meningkatkan konsumsi protein dan bisa mensupport kebutuhan kurang gizi, stunting, dan lain-lain. Terima kasih.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Ginggin. So for Marlin, the other participants, I would like just to resume what Pak Ginggin mentioned. Probably Pak Dadan, you can help me with if you have any additional for this one as well. So Pak Ginggin basically mentioned that in the case of West Java, Bandung and West Java, since the area is not that big, so we have like limited space. because we have like housing and very densely population, and where we rarely have poultry farmers, like a large poultry farmers. So we only have like small farmers. And the thing that in Bandung that Pak Ginggin already have is because the main problem is the smell of the poultry farm. So there are many objections related to this. So one of the breakthrough that Pak Ginggins and mentioned is to have maggot as the feeding to reduce the smell of the chicken waste. And and also have a friendly environmental friendly integrated farming. So it's not only chicken, but also like integrated with other product as well, which probably I will have to ask what type of other product that can be integrated with chicken to Pak Ginggin as an example. So that's the point, is like environmental friendly integrated farming, and maggot as the feeding for the chicken to reduce the conflict within the densely population for the poultry farmers. Thank you, Pak Dadan. Probably you have other additional. Okay.
Yeah, maybe this integrated farming conducted by the government of Bandung cities aim to fulfill the need of proteins, especially for households around Bandung city. I think this is the additional, Bu Sarah.
Okay, thank you. So is there any other question? Probably, hopefully Marlene is okay. Okay, now there's another question also for Pak Ginggin.
Sarah?
From
Sarah?
yes,
May I ask a question in between? Before
yeah,
we
sure.
continue with a question from the comments, maybe that's a question to Pak Ging and also to Filippo. You gave an overview of all those practices which are implemented by the cities worldwide. So which are the most popular practices and the most impactful practices for reaching the SDGs? What would be your take on that? Sustainability practices.
Okay, so I can start. Thank you for the question. I would say that at least in Indonesia, there is a lot of attention to urban farming as a way to secure food and also to educate people toward healthier consumption. But there is also a very important attention to farmers. So we have, for example, a very interesting practice from Sukabumi, which is taking care about the farmers' good condition of living by, let's say, assisting them in the wholesale market while they are selling their produce, in order that they can have a price which is a minimum price, which is guaranteed. I think that urban farming is very important infrastructure and policy of a city that can achieve multiple objectives of the SDGs. So from sustainable communities to healthy eating, provide good jobs, and many others. I can continue. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Probably we can go to, so there's another question here. Okay, this is from Maura Zafira Putri, our master student from UNPAD. Okay, thank you. So the questions is about women often play a key role in food management. How can women's involvement in the household farming sector accelerate the transformation of inclusive and sustainable urban foodscapes? Thank you in advance. Probably this will be directed to all the presenters from all like different perspective. For example, Pak Iwan from the perspective like the overall perspective. Filippo probably can answer it from like the comparison between all cities that's or yeah based on your experience, and then also Pak Ginggin for Bandung for like specific example in Bandung as well. Please. Thank you.
Prof. Sityawan, do you want to go first maybe to answer this? Or maybe Filippo, you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, sure. Just very small contribution. This is a very important topic. We have many cities in the Milan Pact that are working on involving women in the food economy of the city. And I would say that we have many examples from all continents, but I would like to recall a winning practice from the city of Mezitli in Turkey, which was called the Women Producers Market. And it was a very important policy enacted by the mayor that I would say that they created 3 markets for food markets in which only women were, let's say, allowed to sell their own produce. This was a very important step toward the emancipation of women in that society. But I have to say that I witnessed many very good experience of women involvement also in Indonesia, and maybe Pak Ginggin can share a little bit about we call it the power of ibu-ibu within Buruan Sae, because they ibu-ibu are the one that are leading at the very end the kelompok of Buruan Sae. Right, Pak Ginggin?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Buruan Sae, woman is becoming a farmer in Bandung. From 475 group, and 2/3 is a woman group. Filippo say before mentioned before is ibu-ibu, mama. Doing many activities with this practice in Buruan Sae. Yeah, a lot of women, also the youth people coming from the woman.
Do you have any numbers, Pak Ginggin? How many women are involved in Buruan Sae in Bandung?
Buruan Sae now in Bandung, we have 475 group, because we have a target per year should be have 80 to 100 new group. So we have my target in one what's this rukun warga, we have 194 RW, and each member is to be have a Buruan Sae community.
Yeah. And there was another question from our audience, also directed to Pak Gingin. Can you give some examples of the integration of traditional and modern bioproduction systems? So how is this done in Bandung, precisely?
Yeah, some of the group, because we have a lack of land, we use some method to produce the food, like what's the hydroponic system, also a green wall system. Also, we make we call organic tower garden. That's the function not only for production food, but also to produce the garbage, organic garbage. I think that is how combination traditional and modern system.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, there's another one.
Okay.
Can be addition.
Yeah, it's from Adi Nugraha for all the speakers.
Yeah.
You all mentioned that urban farming is community driven, but then many initiatives come from the government programs, which is a bit contradictory. And to my knowledge, a lot of these top-down urban farming initiatives failed. So what are the main drivers for urban farmers to do activities urban farming? Maybe we should start from there. Okay. So this is about, usually in Indonesia, it's mostly like a top-down, and some of the programs are failed due to that very reason. So please feel free to give your view about this statement from Adi Nugraha.
Maybe Filippo, you have some views on that because you're of course working with many countries.
Artists.
How can you ensure the success?
Well, I think that the success lay in the multi-level governance approach of the food policies, and it's not by chance that it's the first category of the recommended action of the Milan Pact, because like cities have. They can control some of the infrastructure of the food system. Sometimes it's shared control with the national or the regional government. So one of the key action for a cities that wants to have success, let's say, with its food policy, is to create a multi-level governance mechanism in which they can work together on the food policies like agriculture, for example, that needs different competencies at the different level in order to have success. So, for example, the city have resources but does not have lands because it's owned by the region, or the other way around. So agriculture is quite let's say a complex infrastructure, and mostly of the time, like in many countries, it's kind of shared responsibility among the different layers of the government, as also is written here in the question. So I think that the key, again, just to close with this, the key approach is the multi-level governance to have this like agricultural policies a success within the perimeter, let's say, of urban food policies.
Maybe addition, Sarah?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
sure. Please feel free.
Yes. Okay. For all, any question from community-based urban farming is more sustainable. Although its development is slow, in order for its growth to escalate faster and involve many communities, the space for sharing and collaboration must be developed. The involvement of business actors, including consumers and government support are inevitable part of urban farming development. For example, urban farming initially started as a way of life in Jakarta gitu ya, or Bandung gitu. With people using their yard for growing vegetable, medicinal plant, raising chicken and fish farming gitu. However, with the arrival of migrants from the outskirts of the city and rural area, such as Indramayu, Subang, Sukabumi, Cianjur, and others, the focus of urban farming shifted toward utilizing empty land for business. The practice of community-based urban farming increased during Indonesian economic crisis in 1998 to 2000, and it became formalized in 2011. For poultry farming, the development of poultry farming in urban area is quite suitable, but it should be limited in scale, and each waste must be managed. This can be achieved by integrating it with fish pond, we call long yam, yeah, or by using fermentation method, yeah. Especially for participation of women, yeah. In case in Bandung, yeah, we found that women are highly involved in urban farming because they have a lot of time at home, particularly in managing yard for vegetable, ornamental plant, and medicinal plant. Yeah. The focus of their involvement can be shifted toward business, especially for vegetable, and increasing the value of their production. Thank you.
Okay, so Pa Iwan answering several questions that we had before, so adding to those. Okay, we still have plenty questions in our list. However, it seems like we have very limited time, but feel free to keep chat in the comments if you have any question, and we will continue answering it and deliver it to all the speakers through emails. Yeah, that's how it works for the next if you still have any questions. Okay, the next that we have in the agenda is we have to conclude with the take-home message. Probably, yeah, Professor Rico, Dr. Rico will do the take-home message.
Yes, so we would like to thank all of our transformation leaders for making time for this very insightful event in order to exchange views from Indonesia and the Netherlands. Unfortunately, time was short, but we would like to highlight, as the closing of our session, several take-home messages. So we have seen that the sustainability transformation of urban foodscapes is crucial for densely populated and urbanized countries, and the Netherlands and Indonesia are very similar in that respect. So the topic is really a very hot topic for both countries. And we have also seen yesterday, also during the winter opening, that education, knowledge, and science are a crucial pieces, but that's not enough. It needs societal leaders to implement, develop, and expand innovative and successful initiatives, like Filippo, like Pact Jin, and like Pak Iwan, for achieving actually the transformative change. And this transformative change actually will create new institutional experience and knowledge, and there the communication and the exchange of views and experiences between leaders and scientists will be very beneficial, because science can help to exactly and objectively measure and document the effects this change has on societies. And with this knowledge, about those effects, the kind of innovations which have been implemented can be optimized and can be upscaled. So it's a good idea actually to keep talking to each other between the societal leaders and also science in order to reap the fruits and the potentials of citizen science, basically involving both parts in one boat and boosting the policy science interface. And with that, that's an picture from the Buruan Saya Sawargi in Bandung. And here you have a QR code to the Indonesia activities in the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact, so feel free to scan that. Thank our audience. We would like to thank all our transformation leaders for giving their insightful views and experiences. And we hope for lots of new initiatives, both in the Netherlands and in Indonesia, because we saw that Indonesia is much more active in this urban foodscape transformation than the Netherlands are.
Okay, thank you so much. So where the take-home message concludes our session today. As again, I would like to thank all the speakers, the transformation leaders, and also for all the participants that already join us and actively involved in our session today. So yeah, that's all for today. And thank you once again. And we hope to see you at the future events. Bye-bye.